All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here and now, episode 17, baby.
Episode 17, HNBJ podcast.
Let's
We about
go.
to do this.
You are here and now with Brandon and Joe. I'm Joe,
And I'm Brandon.
and this is episode 17,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start it off. We just took a Chicago trip.
Mm-hmm.
We just got back a couple days ago.
Yep.
And it's only right we celebrate with some Chicago Budweisers, baby.
And part of me don't even want to drink it though.
I know these cans are sick. Shout out to Budweiser. These are dope.
That's one thing Chicago has right.
It's crazy.
Is the Bulls. The Bulls
Oh,
logo
yeah.
is so dope.
Yeah, I've always fucked with the Bulls. Just the logo and everything.
Well,
I remember
MJ.
having MJ definitely turned me on to that. Cheers, bro. You.
It's been a minute since I had a beer.
Yeah, it has, dude. Fuck, that's a good beer though. But yeah, I got the hat on. I got the Budweiser beers. We went out to Chicago.
That was a good time.
Ours was
Little
different.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, me and Gabby's was
getaway.
different. We just kind of like, it was spontaneous. We just kind of like within a couple days, we're just like, let's just fucking go to Chicago.
See, I didn't even know you were going
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And you kept hinting at me like, I see you down there. I see you down there. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I was fucking with you. I was like, dude, I'll bring you your Pop Smoke shirt.
Yeah.
Saying shit like that.
I did not believe you at all though.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were down there and they had this weird McDonald's down there and it's like big, it's huge. And I was looking at your Snapchat or your Instagram story. I'm like, that does not look like St. Louis.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he kept hinting that he was coming out here, you know? And well, at first you were taking photos in like a garage or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that could be St. Louis. And then I seen that McDonald's sign and I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Check Snapchat locations and you were like 500 feet away from me.
Yeah.
That was a trip, bro.
I saw it on there. Like, dude, there was one point where we were about to cross paths, you know, like on
Yeah.
the Snapchat thing. We were literally within like 100 feet of each other.
I was
know?
at that McDonald's like literally 15 minutes before you posted that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, with that tall ass building in the background.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a huge building.
The funny thing is you got there before us.
Yeah. Yeah, you
What
guys
the
left
fuck?
later in the day because we had that Saturday free, so we left early Saturday morning. Probably, well, not early, but we had to take Cash out to a vet, or we had to take him to a place.
Yeah.
And so we left for Chicago probably around noon, maybe a little earlier. But dude, driving there, man, like the roads weren't even too bad, but like I had it in my head that they were slick because of all the snow and all the black ice and shit that could have been, or at least the temperatures were so low that any like slick spot, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna chill driving. Like I'm not gonna drive too fast. Like, to be honest, man, I feel like I was like on edge driving, even just driving there, you know.
It wasn't that
I know
bad,
they
was
weren't
it?
bad at all, but like the temperatures were like 9 degrees, like 8. You know, it was like so low that I was like, man, the roads, there's got to be some slick spots. And literally right before I left, dude, I watched this clip on Instagram of 100-car pileup that happened in Texas. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, dude, I do not even want to take the chance of that shit.
Well, the thing about that is they never seen
Yeah.
snow like that.
Yeah.
Like they had no idea
Yeah.
what was going on. And coming back from Chicago, that's when it was sketchy because they were plowing like on overpasses.
Yeah.
And one time they were plowing and they were shooting the snow over the overpass
Onto the highway.
onto the highway.
Damn.
Dude, there was like probably about 10 seconds. It was like only 10 seconds, but 10 seconds where I could not see shit.
Yeah.
My heart was just like pounding, going crazy.
Oh, yeah. Were we on the phone at that time? Because I remember you hung up super
Yeah.
fast.
That's what it was.
Like, oh shit, I can't see.
yeah, I
And then
can't
you hung
see. I
up.
gotta go.
I was like, damn, dude. And I texted your girl. I was like, are you guys all right? Because Brandon hung up super quick.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I couldn't see, man. That was sketchy.
But yeah, on the way back. So let's talk about so first of all, I want to see, so shout out to Budweiser. They sent me this shit because I was going out to Chicago to take some photos. So I took some photos for them. And then it's only right that we pop them open now because we're reminiscing about Chicago. To drink them. Dude, I haven't even had a Budweiser in a minute. It's been a minute since I've had a beer. I've been on like a whiskey kick, you know. But dude,
Same with me.
it's so
Same
so
with me.
good. Budweiser.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with Budweiser.
Mm-mm.
Like that was our go-to anytime we would go ride to bars, it was like
Yeah.
we'd Budweiser. That
Dude,
was it.
forever. Like they've been around for how long, bro? 1904. And they've like in all movies, it's always Budweiser. Like
Mhm.
Budweiser, it's so crazy that it started in St.
St.
Louis.
Louis, yeah.
And it's such a worldwide like phenomenon of a beer,
I don't think. Do you think a lot of people know that it's from St. Louis that aren't from St. Louis?
Probably not.
Because it's
Or they
just
probably don't
so
think about it.
yeah. Because
But
it's
every
so
time I see a
big.
Budweiser in any movie or anything, I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to think, like, even though they're the biggest beer, literally the king of beers, it's like still crazy to me that people are drinking St. Louis shit other
Yeah.
places,
Yeah.
Like I always think, or when I see like anybody wearing like a Blues or a Cardinals, I always get like hyped. I'm like, oh shit, what? They know about that?
That's one thing about going from city to city. Like, Chicago is cool, but there really is no place like St. Louis, man. Like, there isn't a place like this. But one thing about our city is funny is because like in Chicago, there's like safe areas.
Yeah.
In St. Louis, there's not really any safe areas.
Yeah.
Like downtown can be just as sketchy as
Yeah.
Washington can be just as sketchy as Northside. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. You never know.
you never know.
But dude, I don't know. Like in Chicago, like just being in unfamiliar territory, I was still paranoid because I was walking around with like a camera on my neck, the big ass flash on my neck. And there was one time where I was walking around by myself, and I don't know, I was just like watching over my shoulder and shit. I was like paranoid because you're in a new area and you always, Chicago. There's obviously bad parts of Chicago, but yeah, downtown was definitely a different vibe. I definitely feel more like St. Louis is definitely a sketchier downtown
Yeah.
vibe than Chicago did.
You know why I don't feel like it's as bad, at least where we were at? Because they charge $2.50 for a McChicken, bro.
Oh yeah, they're expensive,
$2.50.
dude. They upcharge for everything.
It's $1 here, $2.50 there.
That's crazy.
I
So wonder.
I don't know. I
well,
felt safe for that reason because Chicago's so damn bougie. And,
Yeah. Well, I've always heard that like taxes are the same in Chicago as they are in California.
Yeah, who would want to live in Illinois then?
Yeah.
That's so
like,
crazy.
why would
to
you
me.
live there if you could live in fucking LA?
Because I asked that question for people that live like right across the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you just come over here?
The bridge, yeah.
I don't know the tax situation, but I do know.
Nice.
That's a beer, bro.
That's what we all know. We all know that
We
one.
all know.
No, but yeah, I always hear sketchy shit about Chicago. Just like the corruptness of the people, like the corruptness of the government in Chicago.
What was that story you were telling me?
The guy that took out his toilets.
All of his toilets
Yeah,
to make it a non-livable.
just so he could not pay taxes and consider it a non-livable.
And that was the mayor?
I don't know who. I think it was the mayor or something like that. Yeah,
That's wild.
But yeah, you can Google that because I'm not totally hip on that story, but I definitely know that that's a thing.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is dope or not, but we were down in Chicago where Valentine's Day kind of came from,
Well,
right? I don't know if it came
I don't
from
know
there.
if I don't know if it did come from that. Growing up, like in school and stuff, I swear there was teachers or something that said that's where it came from. Like it came from actually like a dark story about the massacre, the St. Valentine's Day massacre. But I don't know if that's actually where it came from or not.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I was definitely. It's funny that me and you both were like looking that up. Like we wanted to go see where it happened at, and it just so happened right down the street from where we were staying at on Clark. I think Clark Street was like in a parking garage. I wish we would have drove by just to see what it is now.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy story,
Yeah. I don't even know the whole story. I mean, we learned about it in high school, but
Well,
do you know what it's about?
yeah, I watched like a video on it on the way down there, and basically it's like Al Capone is allegedly, they never found out who like actually did it, and no arrests were ever made, but I think Al Capone organized like a hit on a rival gang, and it was like so the spot that it happened at was like a local spot where these particular gangsters hung out, and so walking down the street was like 4 guys, and 2 of them were dressed as officers. And they pretended it was a raid. Like when they went into the parking garage or the hangout area, the officers told everybody to line up. They were gonna pat them down and all that shit. And as soon as they lined up, they all 4 of the guys just
Just let it go.
shot them all up with their Thompsons or Tommy guns or whatever, and then like just emptied the clip in their bodies and stuff, and then just
Holy
killed
shit.
them, took them out.
Damn.
It's basically the gist of the story.
Damn.
But they were just impersonating officers. They weren't even really cops. And
No shit.
yeah, they were just part of that.
And what
hit.
year was that? That was in the 20s, right?
I think so. Yeah, at the end of the Prohibition era. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was kind of cool to be out there.
Yeah.
I mean, as a massacre, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've always been intrigued with gangster shit, like mob
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I love those stories, even though they're very brutal and violent. And like, I literally just watched Goodfellas again
Yeah, I was
yesterday.
about to say.
You know, like, dude, I don't know what it is about that shit, because I know you're kind of hip on those things too. You love like the mafia shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's
I
just
don't.
so interesting.
I don't
just-
know where that comes from, man.
Just probably like how much respect that they get, or how
It's just
much
how they
fear
carried
and how they
themselves,
carried
you know?
themselves. Yeah, like organized crime.
Yeah, and it's not like biker gangs. I never really looked up to biker gangs because
Yeah,
sometimes, you know, it's because they did it right,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And they like did it out of respect. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I like the
There's like
idea.
a huge respect thing.
I like the idea of made men.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like literally, if you, because this happened in Goodfellas, like if you killed a guy that was a made man, no matter what, you were gonna die.
You're gonna get killed. Yeah.
Yeah. Like unless you sat down and like organized it, like, hey, I gotta kill this guy. Like it was all like out of like shit like that.
And a lot of times, like mafia dudes gave back to the city.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They were only like savages with other savages.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, they were like loved by their cities, like their common folk. You know?
Yeah. Certain guys kind of screwed it up. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what your thoughts on like Gotti, but I always thought he was cool. But the whole like glamorizing it, I was just like watching the Gotti movie. It actually was fucking good with Travolta.
Yeah.
What's that other one that came out with Robert De Niro? Irishman.
Yeah, The Irishman. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I love those stories. I love those movies. Those are just like the best movies.
And I love cities where you get that mafia vibe. I get that from Chicago.
Yeah.
Like I
But
feel
dude,
like
I bet like I wonder how like the business owners around that time era felt. You know, like a lot of them got extorted, and you know, but then they offer their protection and all that shit. But if you didn't want to be a part of it, then your shit got fucked with. You know, like you got burnt down or killed, or you know.
Isn't that how unions came about?
I think so.
Because I know like in the 70s, even in St. Louis, there would be mob guys coming into grocery stores and you know, like slanging meat out of, like, they would extort meat out of there and stuff.
Dude, it's crazy.
They even had an office in the union building.
It like if you watch Goodfellas, and I'm sure that's probably like 90% accurate, 100% accurate. I'm pretty sure it's a very accurate movie. But the way that they just like, and Gotti, it happened in Gotti, like all those movies, the way they just like kill you in the middle of the street, or they kill each other in like the middle of the street, like in broad daylight, like they don't give a fuck, like just the way, and then some of the ways that they killed their other like their enemies or their rivals and stuff, dude, is so savage, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy.
But at the same time though, I feel like they were it's been a minute since I've seen those movies, but it wasn't just shooting out of a window.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
was more like,
Well, like in Goodfellas, like there's like a scene where, because it's all out of paranoia, and like if you did those crimes, like they want to kill off the people that they think are going to cause them to get caught up, you know, because like they did like a robbery or something. It was like a huge robbery where they all got millions of dollars. It's like 7 or 8 of them, and they all started, like a couple of them started buying fancy shit, and Robert De Niro's character was like yelling at him like, yo, I told you not to do this, you know, not for a few weeks, you can't buy anything. But they were popping up with like fancy coats and new cars and shit,
causing attention.
Yeah. So they ended up like getting killed off, you know, and their bodies were found in like a meat locker, and then another found was in like a just like trash cans, and it's just crazy.
But Don't you agree though that they were the smartest gangsters? Like the mob,
Mm-hmm.
the mafia, they moved smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
where a lot
Yeah,
of
it was hard. It was definitely hard to take them down.
yeah.
Like if you eat all these movies depict that, like how hard it and how many years it took to like.
Even Gotti, dude. Like even with him, witnesses would just disappear
Yeah.
and no one could get him, even though he was in the spotlight.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. But if out of anything, dude, like when I watch those movies, man, it makes me want to be like, fuck, I wish I could have lived in that era and been a part of that. But at the same time, nah,
You wouldn't
like,
want
no,
that.
dude, always watching
'Cause
over
you know
your
how it ends.
shoulder, and it always
How
ends
it
bad.
ends every time. It ends
Yeah,
bad.
it always ends bad. All those movies end bad for the guys, but it
But dude-
looks so glamorous, man. It looks so like, damn, that's
Even well, on the flip side, even like below, like just being a drug dealer is kind of appealing
yeah,
until you get to the end.
yeah,
And they usually get locked up or killed.
Yeah,
You know, it's just
yeah,
that's how the endings always happen.
yeah,
So like, if you got homies pushing shit, it's you know the ending.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to be out two ways. You know,
yeah. Either dead or in jail.
dead or in jail, no matter
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah, it's definitely like a fast track life. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a fast life. You know, you get it all, you get to live it, you get to experience it, but it all comes crashing down
Mhm.
eventually. You know,
It's like one of those things you got to get in and get right out,
yeah, if you can,
or just don't do it.
Yeah.
I recommend not, but
But dude, Chicago, back to Chicago. Chicago was, I mean, dude, it was. I feel like driving was sketchy. I feel like people are just kind of assholes, dude. Actually, I got mean mugged by this one dude, man, just because I didn't run a red light. Like the light literally turned red, and this dude behind me was so pissed at me. And when the light turned green again, he pulled up next to me and just gave me this like drove past me like this, like mean mugging me. I was like, "Fuck you, dude!" But at the same time, I was like, "What? I'm not gonna like try to start nothing." But he was mean mugging me because I didn't run a red light. You know, it's like people kind of assholes
Well,
when it comes
yeah,
to driving
dude.
out there.
I had a Missouri license plate, so I
Yeah.
think he knew. But I was trying to go to this weed shop, and I was parked. I was like, all right, good. I can just walk across the street and go in there and then get right back to my car. But this van pulled up behind me and started honking. So I was like, oh shit, I guess I'm in a turn lane. I better hurry up and get out of here. So I went around the block and that motherfucker just took my spot.
Yeah.
Like he was
Yeah.
honking, like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
And it just took my spot. I'm like, you
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
I think that's what it is, man. Because Chicago's like a very touristy area.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, you know, it is, and it pisses people off. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I would hate to live in a touristy area where it's like people are coming and doing like, I don't know, like coming into your home area. So when they see the Missouri plates, yeah, they're probably like, oh fuck this dude, you know.
And
it's a
maybe
tourist.
other people weren't bad drivers. Maybe we just
Yeah,
are
maybe it
bad
was us,
drivers, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, but the roads are shitty. Did you notice that? There's a
Yeah.
lot, dude. I thought St. Louis roads were bad.
Yeah, I was wondering
Oh
where
my
the
god,
where the
dude.
taxes go.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know?
Dude, I hit so many potholes.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it was a beautiful city. Chicago's
Beautiful
a beautiful
city,
city,
especially
man.
in the snow.
Architecture,
Especially in the snow, man.
dude. No matter where you go downtown, it looks dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Especially
that's-
at night, dude.
And with the trains, like the metro or whatever going around, like just the way it's set up, dude. That's one thing I wish we would have did is rode that.
Yeah.
But next time we will. Cause I don't know, it looks dope the way it cuts through the buildings and the city, you know. But the architecture, man, the architecture of the buildings, like St. Louis has some cool buildings, but Chicago, like almost every building looks dope.
Well, St. Louis is a lot smaller too,
Yeah.
you know. And speaking back to like the crime situation, I think that has a big play into it. Because
Yeah.
St. Louis is just so small. Like you got so many people crammed in this small ass city.
Yeah.
You know, shit's bound to happen, you know. But we're out there, they got like, is that my car? I hope not. But it's rich. It's a very rich area. Like all downtown is just bougie,
Yeah.
you know. So the first time I went to Chicago, I felt like I was the scariest dude on the street. Because I seen all these hipsters. It was like all
Yeah.
businessmen, all hipsters, you know.
Yeah.
I was
Actually, I
like-
think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it felt like I was the one that looked the scariest, you know, on the
Yeah.
street. And I didn't have like my guard up at all down there.
What
I don't have my guard up in
did
Chicago,
you
man.
stay in that same area, like where we like
Yeah, we were downtown
downtown?
the whole time. We were by like Lincoln Park a lot.
Okay.
Like that's where
Well,
we
that's
went.
kind of
We
like a
went. Yeah, we went
hipstery
shopping
area.
down there. But no, we stayed at this hotel that was right by Millennial Park
Mm.
or Millennium Park, whatever it's
Mm.
called. But yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was dope. But you know, I still love my city, man. Like every city I go to, like we went to Louisville a couple years ago, and I said the same thing. I'm like, this is cool, but there's something about St. Louis that is just something special.
Yeah.
Like I met this girl 2 years ago, and she was from Nashville, and she's lived in a lot of cities herself. And she says the same thing. She's like, there's just something like very homey about St. Louis.
Yeah.
It feels like home.
Yeah. Yeah, but also because I mean,
It is our home.
if you're from here, yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably why.
But she was from Nashville.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why'd you pick St. Louis? And she said, I visited here once. I love the local bar scene, and I just met a bunch of cool people right away.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's because the city's so small.
Yeah. Everybody
know?
seems to know each other.
Yeah. And that's how I feel too. I feel like I know pretty much everyone in the city
Yeah.
that's trying to do something.
Yeah, dude, Chicago is big, man. Like, if you think about it, like, there's so many, there's like, I don't know. Yeah, you could drive 10 minutes any direction and like still be downtown,
Mhm.
Whereas like out here, St. Louis, you drive 10 minutes, you could be out of downtown.
Yeah,
Know what
you
I
could
mean?
be in U City
Yeah.
in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But
But dude, one thing I noticed about Chicago is there's a 7-Eleven on every corner.
yeah,
7-Eleven's popping
Yeah.
out there, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I
literally
noticed that.
every single corner.
I noticed that.
Which is kind of nice. I mean, it was cool, whatever. But I never typically shop at 7-Eleven. But down there, I was getting all my shit there.
The food, though.
Yeah, the food.
Chicago food is so
Yeah.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
I seen what you got. You got
Yeah.
steak. You got
It's expensive.
yeah. Oh yeah, I got 6 raviolis for $30.
Yeah.
That's
Me
it.
and her we went to the hotel restaurant the first night we were there. And I went into this trip not wanting to spend like much money at all. Like I was gonna use my points, my Chase points. And the first night, dude, it was the only thing that was like open. We're like starving. We go down to the restaurant and we order. Well, they had these pizzas that were only supposed to be like $12, but of course it was Valentine's Day weekend, so they didn't have. They had a special menu for the tourists,
Mhm.
But they had a special menu, and everything was like $30 plus.
Mhm.
So we ended up getting like you said, 3 pieces of shrimp for like $30.
Yeah.
And it was rice, like cheesy
Quality,
rice.
though.
It was good, dude. It was
Quality.
like the best. It was probably the best shrimp I ever had. And they were like fat shrimps, like,
Mhm.
like pretty big shrimps.
Oh yeah, on Valentine's Day, man, at our hotel where they had this like little restaurant there, we spent $100. $100 on breakfast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unlimited mimosas,
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
it was a good time. And fire too. It was so good. And then we winded up spending like 130 on dinner. That was just 2 meals.
Yeah.
But good
Yeah.
food, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That pizza joint that we went to.
There was no meal that I had that was bad at all.
Yeah. But dude, I am glad you went though, because so we were only supposed to be there for 2 days, and then we all got snowed in. And there was no way in hell we were making it back.
Yeah.
So it was dope. It was honestly very dope that you guys were there so we could spend the last day.
Yeah. That
a
last day
group.
was fun as fuck, man. Walking around while it was snowing.
Yeah,
and
taking photos.
driving
and-
around. Yeah. Taking photos, swimming, just getting the hotel, staying in the same
Yeah.
hotel. I want to talk about the hotel I stayed at first, man. I'm gonna say this: fuck Marriott. We stayed at Marriott, dude, and I don't know if they're all like this, or if it's just this one or what, but it's supposed to be like a nice, expensive hotel, and but they charge for everything, dude. They charge for breakfast, like no free breakfast. It was like $16 for breakfast, and then internet $15 a day.
That's
the
crazy.
pool you had to make reservations.
Yeah.
The reservation was
COVID
because of
stuff,
COVID,
but-
all the other shit, man, like free breakfast, parking was, you gotta pay for parking everywhere down there.
Oh yeah, it was $50 a night where we were staying.
Yeah, dude, that's probably where I spent most of my money
Yeah.
was parking. But the Hyatt we stayed at was nice, dude. They had the breakfast, even though it was a
Mhm.
shitty little breakfast, but it's stuff like that that makes it like that much better, you know?
Did you wind up getting that free wings and
Yeah,
burger?
yeah, we
How
did.
was it?
Yeah, that was super good.
Was
Yeah.
it as epic as it says?
So Gabby got the burger. I didn't get the burger, but the wings were fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were super fire. And we pulled off like we got it on the way out, and I ended up like trying to find a parking lot. So there was this like museum that I pulled into, and there was this there was like no it was all closed because it was I guess Monday or what or President's Day, and I couldn't find the parking lot. So there was this like trail that you're supposed to walk down, but it was like wide enough for a car to fit in. So I pulled into it and I parked. And I started eating my wings, and then all of a sudden, like probably like 10 minutes later, a security guard comes up and knocks on my window. He's like, "Hey, you can't park here. This is a trail, like a walking trail." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was just like, "Oh fuck, is there
Damn
anywhere
tourist.
I can?" Yeah, yeah. He probably looked at the plates. He's
It's
like,
like,
"Ah, here
God,
we
this
go."
motherfucker.
So then I was like, "Oh, can I just go over there and finish my wings?" And he's like, "Yeah." But yeah, man, it was a fun trip.
So what was your highlight?
The highlight was the food.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say the same thing. Same thing.
and
Because like I maybe it was bad timing going out there, but like I felt like it was so snowy, like it was hard to drive. Like I was
oh yeah,
sliding all over the place.
yeah, yeah.
It,
When we left that day,
yeah, yeah.
the day we were supposed to both leave, Sunday? No, Monday. We were supposed to leave on Monday. Yeah, the snow was like pouring down, and then I there were so many times just on the main roads where I was like skirting, like I was like
Mhm.
like I thought I was gonna get stuck like 4 or 5 different times.
Oh yeah, I was fishtailing like every turn.
Plus, dude, another highlight was like taking photos out there. Like I wanted to stay out there in the snow to take photos because Chicago and when it's snowing like that, it was fucking awesome, dude. Like
Mhm.
it just the snow made it that much doper. And I know I got some dope ass photos of the snow coming down.
Yeah.
I just haven't got to them yet. I took 600 photos,
600.
600, dude. And so
Damn.
far I've only gone through like 100 of them.
Holy shit.
So I got like 6 more days of going through photos.
What were you taking photos of? 600?
Yeah, bro. That's a lot, right? That's fucking a lot. The first day I took a lot. This lady was so we were walking to the parking garage for the first time to go get into my car and drive around, and this lady started feeding pigeons, and all of these pigeons, probably like 30 pigeons came flying down. So I was like, "Oh, I gotta take photos of this." So I took out my camera and just I put it on like rapid mode and just like took photos like that. So I took like probably 100 photos just of the pigeons. And I was editing them yesterday, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Just sitting here editing photos of pigeons."
Pigeons?
I feel crazy.
Honestly, that could be pretty dope
Oh,
though.
yeah, they're dope photos. Yeah, they were dope. I'm gonna do, a little video because Gabby filmed with the GoPro, and that's another thing too. I filmed a lot with the GoPro. I'm gonna probably make, like, a little vlog thing. But, yeah, Gabby was filming with the GoPro, so I'm gonna do a video with the pigeons and the GoPro
Yeah.
and the
See, that was our
photos.
intention was the vlog,
Yeah.
but we got caught up in just like it's hard to put that as a focus when you're like trying to enjoy your time down there, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how vloggers do it, man. Cause
Well,
it,
like, so with, like, it was fun for me because, I had this little GoPro. It's literally a tiny little GoPro, and it made the trip funner, to be honest, because, like, me and Gabby went to this hot dog spot out there called Portillo's or whatever, and, if they were the line was, like, through the it was a long ass line, and the guy was, like, taking forever for the food, so I kept, like, putting the little GoPro up on the dashboard trying to film him bringing the food, but it kept he kept like I don't know. They were so busy that he would go to the car behind us and I'd film it, but I'd be like, "Ah, damn, it's not us. It's the car behind us." And I'd turn the camera off, And then I filmed us eating the food and like reviewing it and stuff like that. So it
see,
made it funner, like it made it funner in that aspect. But I don't know how people do it with like a big camera,
yeah. Well, see, I
on
was trying to do it with this camera, and it just
your
seemed,
phone.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. It would be easier with the GoPro because it's so discreet and it's
Yeah,
like you don't have to like look at yourself as you're
yeah,
doing it. 'Cause I
yeah,
think that's the weirdest shit. Like when you're looking at yourself, you're like, "Yo, where we at?" yo, where
Yeah.
we at?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it
just
would
doing
be
that all the time.
plus, like, just knowing it's your phone, it takes the, like I don't know, if to me, it takes the excitement out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever use my phone for stuff like that. I only film stuff on my stories or stuff like that. Um, but the phones are good. I mean, people vlog with phones all the
Yeah.
time, but it's just something about using the
It doesn't
phone
feel as
doesn't feel
important.
yeah, it doesn't feel as important or
Yeah.
fun or but you're right with the GoPro, it's literally like a tiny little fucking GoPro and you can't see what you're recording. You just hit record
Mhm.
and it's kind of like these disposable cameras. You don't know what you got until you go back and look at it, you
Right,
know?
right,
'Cause
right.
you can't just look at it right there. But yeah, your phones, you can like rewatch it and delete it if you want to. So yeah, it's not as fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how people do it with like the big cameras. Like I could never vlog with that camera.
People do it though.
I
That's
know.
what's baffling to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this enjoyable doing this all the time,
Yeah.
But I guess you get used to it.
Yeah,
I guess
because
you get used to it.
again, with the GoPro, it's so tiny, you can literally put it in your pocket and just, "Oh, this would be good to film," like, just pull it out, you know? But with
Mhm.
those cameras, you gotta keep it around your neck or whatever, keep it on you at all times, you know?
Did you go shopping out there?
We went to this, like, Urban Outfitters resale shop thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, she described it as like a Nordstrom Rack, but for, Urban Outfitters. I guess it's
Mm.
shit that they don't sell at the other Urban Outfitters they bring to this one for a discounted price. I
Kinda
didn't
like
fi
a Marshalls type
Yeah,
deal.
kinda like a Marshalls, but I didn't find anything for me. She bought a bunch of stuff.
See, we went to this place called Buffalo Exchange.
Mm,
Dope, like, resale. It's kinda like Avalon Exchange,
yeah,
um, but, they have so many down there. Because I was talking to the girl, and she's like, "Yeah, there's, like, 5 resale shops that I recommend." I don't know what the names that she said, but, a lot of dope streetwear, urban
yeah,
clothes.
I definitely wish I would've went to some spots like that, but I didn't wanna spend money, that was the thing.
Yeah, I bought these pants. I thought
Oh, you
these were
bought
dope.
those?
Yeah, they
Oh,
they
you
look
bought it
like
on this
painter
recent
pants.
trip?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
They're like
said you
20
bought that
bucks.
last time.
No, 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 these are like 20 bucks.
Yeah.
They had like Lamborghini shoes. I
What
was like,
the
"What the fuck
fuck?
is this?"
Some knockoffs?
Yeah, there was like
Like bootleg?
4 pairs of Lamborghini shoes.
No way.
I was like, "I never seen these before, but okay.
Yeah, that
Guess you
would've
can
been
run
cool.
fast in these."
That would've been cool to hit some resale shops just because Chicago people donate their clothes or whatever, sell their clothes, so
Mhm.
it's like a different that would've been cool, but
Yeah, I feel like they got more style up in Chicago. Like,
yeah.
they care more. I feel like it's more artistic, they got more of an art community out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know what the culture is like out there, but just from, like, watching, like, Chance's early come up, and he'd be, like, performing in, like, these, like, DNA type
Yeah.
stores,
Yeah, yeah.
and, even Slim to Grim, like, he'd be performing in these shops that are just dope,
Yeah.
and there's, like, 2 shops like that here, Sweat Life and DNA, and, I feel like there's a bunch of that, like, little low key shops out there that I didn't know about. And next time I go out there, I'm definitely bringing some money and shopping around
Yeah.
because there was a lot of dope shit there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to spend a bunch of money on it.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could, like, plan a trip to go out there and, like, actually, like, budget the money to do shit, that would be dope,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
I literally didn't wanna spend a dollar. That was my goal. I wanted to spend as least amount of money as possible just because it was such, like, a last minute trip, you know?
I thought it was gonna be like a $200 trip. It turned
Yeah.
out to be like a $500 trip for
Oh,
like 2
yeah.
days.
Yeah, I didn't even count up how much I spent, but I mainly went out there for photos, so I'm gonna try to write everything off my taxes. Shout
Play
out.
it smart. Play it smart.
Yeah. But, dude, we definitely that last day of us getting together, though, definitely made me wanna do a homie trip
Mhm.
because that was dude, honestly, that day was fun as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
like, it made it that much funner to walk around in a city with it pouring down snow and shit,
Mhm.
like, just having the friends there and or just having us 4 there, like, more people and, like, I don't know, I feel like that would be fun to do a dope trip
It's what
with
we're
the
doing
homies.
this summer.
Yeah,
We're gonna do that.
yeah,
Uh, I agree though. I agree because like in my head, I was just like, ideally, it would be nice to travel with the girl.
yeah,
But now you get to experience with the homies. It makes it
yeah,
more exciting and fun. You
yeah.
know.
We all need to go to, stay at that place I found,
in
It's like
Nashville.
elk. Yeah, it's like elk something. But they have like a hot tub in the hotel, like in the. It's not even a hotel. It's almost like an Airbnb, but it's like a resort or something. But you get your own area, and there's like a pool in the room and a hot tub in the room, like shit like that, and mountain view. Need to
Doesn't that
go
make you
there.
want to do like a traveling job, like a job where you could
Oh
work anywhere
yeah,
you want?
yeah,
Because like I don't know, man. I was just picturing like if you're a musician to go travel and just record in your hotel and
yeah,
then just like fuck around the city the rest of the day.
yeah.
Like that would be the dopest life.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever, photography,
Taking
whatever.
photos, yeah.
Like
Photos would be
anything.
perfect, man. Like, dude, like, just going out to Chicago, I was able to get like photos that, even in the hotel room, it's a different scenery that you could take photos.
Mhm.
Like it's a different scenery to get creative in.
Mhm.
So yeah, like being a photographer and traveling, or like taking people, like how they sent me these, like, or the CBD company, even taking photos in the hotel is different,
Mhm.
like I don't know. When I travel, it inspires me to take more photos, than when I'm just sitting at my house where I'm
Well,
familiar with the
you're in a
area.
free space.
Yeah.
Like you just feel more free, and that's what I was saying. Like it made me wish I had my laptop and a mic
Yeah.
to like record a song because I felt like how I was feeling just because you were on like a little vacation.
Yeah.
You feel free, so you feel like more creative. Like there's no responsibilities you have to think about. Like when I'm recording at my house, man, I feel like fuck, man. I got to do this. I got to do the
Mhm.
laundry. I should be cleaning the kitchen right
Mhm.
now. Like you're just thinking of all this shit, and it just limits your creativity.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because even when traveling, I tend to spend more money too because of that same thing. Like you
Yeah.
forget about all the bills, and you forget about all the real life responsibilities,
And then you come home and it's like you're back to the struggle
Yeah.
for a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saving money, like, specifically for trips,
Yeah.
like, I have 3 different, like 2 different savings accounts, like, one with the Chime thing, um, I would like to do, like, put money aside just for that. I almost wanna have, like, 5 or 6 savings accounts because Christmas is gonna come up, and
Yeah.
every year we like, "Oh, fuck," like,
Yeah.
I gotta spend money, like, now on this, this, and that. It's gonna put me in the negatives.
Yeah. Like have an account for
Like the
like
shit that that's gonna be coming up,
yeah.
So I'm trying to save for multiple things, but, I think, yeah, I think that's important to save for vacation, save for Christmas, save for, even marriage, if you're thinking about, like, marrying your girl, like, 5, 6 years from now, you gotta start saving for shit like that,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah, another crucial thing for me has been shout out to Chase getting those points. Like I want to start pushing that actually cuz like
Oh, yeah, your whole trip was free,
yeah,
you fuck.
pretty much. Besides all the food and shit, but also you can get points, you can get food with these points too. Like if you like dude, I love credit cards. A lot of people hate them, and like a lot of people are afraid of them, and I get it. Like
They
I
just don't
get
know how to use
yeah,
them.
you just got to be responsible with them, but everything I buy is pretty much at a discount because
Mhm,
I get points back, you
mhm,
know? And that's like my points are like my savings account for a trip.
mhm.
'Cause I have and then you get, like, a sign-up bonus, which, can cover a whole fucking, like, literally a couple trips. Like, it can literally cover a couple trips. And, and then every dollar you spend, you get points back, and you just save those points up for the next trip.
Mhm.
Like, literally, that's, like, my saving account for trips
Yeah,
is
doesn't
those
that baffle
points.
you when there's, like, people our age that have no credit still? Like, just won't even get a credit card because they view it as voodoo,
Yeah.
and then they're, like, trying to get a house. I'm like, "Bro, like,
Yeah, credit is actually
credit's
very important.
everything,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Credit's everything.
Yeah.
Unless you have the cash, but who the fuck has 180 grand to throw in a house, you
Yeah,
know?"
good credit can save you so much money.
Mhm.
You get a better rate, you get better chance to get a loan, there's a lot of
There's a lot of
you can get a
perks. A
house
lot of
versus
perks.
paying versus renting where you gotta pay
Mhm.
more, like yeah, and then yeah, when you buy a house with good credit, you get a lower payment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just there's a lot of perks to having good credit. Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead. I just felt like whistling.
But yeah, dude. Fuck, man. I want to figure out a way to get my referral link out there more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want more
I'm trying
people
to
to
get it.
sign
I'm
up,
trying to get
dude.
it. I just gotta get my credit
I'm gonna
score
put
up
my
a little
link.
bit more.
Do you care if I put my referral link
Sure.
in the bio?
Yeah. You want to get a Chase card, get your travel points, hit up the link.
Yeah, hit the link in the bio.
Benefits
For
both
real,
of y'all.
like honestly, it's if you're smart with your credit card, a credit card is the way to go.
Yeah, just don't buy shit you can't afford. You
Yeah.
know, like whatever you're gonna spend money on anyway, just use your credit card
Yeah,
and pay it
just
off.
pay it back.
Yeah.
Because then you get 1.5 or 3 or 5% back, whatever the.
And I don't believe in leaving a balance either. I pay my shit all the way off. Because a lot of people say like you gotta leave a little balance to keep. I don't think that's the case.
No,
I don't think that's the
I
case
try to
at
pay it
all.
off every time I get a paycheck.
Yeah, because
Every paycheck. I mean, that's literally how I put all my bills and everything on my credit card, and then every paycheck I get or every time I get some money in, I just pay it off my credit card. You
and
know?
with credit cards too, it's good for protection too.
Yeah.
Like if you get a fraudulent charge, more than likely they'll reimburse your money back.
Oh, dude, and you get an extended warranty. Like, there's so many benefits to having a credit card, like the Chase card that I have, and that you want to get. But like the Chase card is, it has like extra protection. Like they'll reimburse you if somebody steals your
What
shit.
a boy.
Like say you buy a camera and within 60 days somebody steals your shit, Chase will reimburse you.
No
You
shit.
know, like you get extra protection like that.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, it's how the fuck did we get on credit card talk? Like,
Like supposed to be talking about Chicago.
When did this become a financial show, bro?
Hey, it's adding value.
Spontaneous, yeah.
Add value.
Definitely,
bro.
definitely. But
Who's your favorite rapper from Chicago? Random, but we were just there, so fuck it.
Let me think. For a while, it was Mick Jenkins.
Mick Jenkins.
Yeah, but I haven't listened to
That's
Mick
still
Jenkins
one of
in a
my favorite
while.
from Chicago.
G Herbo's dope. I fuck with G Herbo.
Yeah, he's dope. He's
Yeah.
dope. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Yeah, that's all I like in my stories. Anytime I put a song in my story, it was somebody from Chicago. I mean, like while we're out there, might as well. But yeah, there's a lot, dude. There's Chief Keef, obviously, Chance, King Von,
Lil Durk.
Lil Durk's dope. There's some
Lil
Lil Durk.
Durk's
There's some Lil Durk songs
he's
I
gotten
like.
good though.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten a lot better. Before I could not listen to him, but over the past year, I was like,
Yeah,
it's starting to catch up. It's starting to catch up on me.
What? Yeah, Lil Durk's dope. He's definitely got some dope features. G Herbo's dope though, man. I mean, he has some songs I don't like, obviously, but there's a lot of songs that I do like.
Yeah, he's dope. To me, he's definitely not
PTSD's dope.
nowhere near being
love
the
that
best
song.
rapper. You know,
Nah, but
I feel like I can out rap him, to be honest.
yeah, it's shots, dude. Call him shots.
You want that smoke? I don't want no smoke with any of them. But yeah, they're like Smino lives out there, and he's from St. Louis, but
Yeah.
he came up from Chicago, and same with Matty Woods. I think he stays out there too, or records out there. But that's what I'm saying. There's like more of a artist like friendly environment out there.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah,
once you get past like the old block and like the
Yeah.
hood stuff, you know,
yeah,
it's like it's a very creative place. You know?
yeah, yeah, dude. Like, I feel like they definitely uplift each other. You know, like once
Yeah,
once
that's
Chance
one
started
thing.
popping off, or Chief Keef started popping off, everybody out there
Chief
started
Keef,
popping
then
off.
Chance, then
Yeah.
Vic Mensa, and then the list goes on. You
Yeah.
know, I definitely think that too. Like they definitely like support one another.
Yeah,
Where in St. Louis, it's not the case. You know, it's
yeah,
like
man.
they hate on whoever's trying to come up. It seems that way. you
Yeah.
know? But we talked about that before. It's just like it's the lack of it's scarcity mindset type thing, you know.
Yeah,
And it probably goes with every game that you're a part of. Because there's a lot of dope people from here, man. Like that Michael Chandler that just won that
Oh,
last
yeah,
MMA
yeah.
fight, you know.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of dope people come from out here that we
Yeah.
just don't even realize.
Yeah, there's, it's weird too, cause like, almost it seems like a lot of people have ties to St. Louis in some way or another,
Mhm.
you know? Like, I've seen people that you would never even expect, somehow they have ties in St. Louis, like
Mhm.
Future, you know? Like, I don't know, just, like, a bunch of fucking people, um
Well, St. Louis is dope. Like even like Kasky coming through. I think St. Louis is probably he gets a lot of love from St. Louis, you know?
yeah,
And same with like Chevy Woods. I see him posting with a Cardinals hat all the time,
yeah,
you know? But I'm with you with that. Anytime I see someone wearing St. Louis that's not from St. Louis, it feels dope just to
yeah,
see that. Because sometimes I feel like St. Louis is just overlooked.
yeah,
We're definitely an overlooked city
yeah, I
for
agree.
sure.
Underrated for sure.
Underrated, yeah. Um, so dude, what's your plans, man? What's your plans with this life?
You know, dude, just making it to the top.
Making it to the top, dude. What about the people at the bottom, bro?
Step on
St. Louis mindset.
them. Nah, dude, what about self-doubt? I wanna talk about this. This is how we'll end it out. We'll talk about self-doubt, man, because, like, I posted these Budweiser photos. I posted them on my Instagram, and then, like, I don't know, something just, like, I just started overthinking and, like, man, I was, like, questioning if they were dope and, like, I don't know, sometimes when I take I'll like, with the pigeon photos I was editing, he wants up there, he wants attention. But, yeah, so, like, how I wanted to ask you, like, why do you think what do you like, why do you think self-doubt is so prevalent amongst yourself or maybe me? Like, why do you think so, like, in your own words, like, why do you think
Comparison.
yeah,
100%.
big time.
Because when I stay away from social media and I'm just focusing, like when I don't give a fuck what any artist is doing, I don't care what any rapper's doing, famous rappers or whatever. I feel like I got my shit. Like I feel like I I feel like I'm dope, you know, and then I start listening to Kendrick or listen to other rappers that are not like me and I'm like I doubt myself in a state where like are people gonna fuck with what I'm talking about? Because I'm not talking like what they're talking about.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
I think it's
definitely
comparison, man.
yeah, I would agree. That's definitely the case in my case too, is like with photos, like I'll look at somebody else's photos and be like, "Man, that's a dope photo." And and then I'll look at my photo and then I still think it's dope, but like there's times when I don't know, you'll see something very dope and be like, "Man, I wish I could do photos like that," or "I wish I could make music like that," or
Yeah, but that's not you. Like I think you got to embrace who you are and you're just being authentic because you're gonna appeal to certain
yeah,
people that person's not going to. Like
yeah,
there's gonna be people out there that's gonna fuck with you for being you. And
yeah,
if you try to be like this guy or try to do things like him, you're always gonna be in their shadows. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because I was actually kind of comparing your photos with another artist, with another photographer, and I was just like, I just like Joe's shit. Like
yeah.
this dude might have quality, like his quality's there, but there's no edge to it. There's
Mm,
no rawness to it, and that's what I like about your photos because it you really embrace your style and you add that into your photos.
mm,
I truly believe that, whether you know that or not,
yeah,
whether you think that you're expressing yourself through your photos or not, but you definitely have a certain style to you.
yeah,
And even my girl said that too. She's just like, I like Joe's. Like that dude's dope too, but
yeah,
it's kind of cookie cutter. You know,
yeah,
it kind of looks like everyone else's. Good
yeah,
quality, good content, but it's missing that edge to it,
yeah.
you know.
And that's all I was really doing was fishing for compliments. So
I was just trying
thank
to
you
boost
for
your
watching.
confidence.
No, I'm just playing. No,
But
I this is the thing. This is why I think I'm so hard on myself is because I'll have like a vision in my head of how I want my photo to look. And wherever that comes from, who knows? But if I can't get it to look how I want it to look, then that's when I think it's trash, you know?
but do you want it to look like some other dude's photo?
Yeah, see, that could be a
That's
thing.
the thing.
That
Because
could
I
be a
don't
thing.
think you can. Like, I could never. I don't know why I'm always speaking in like hip hop terms, but me or you can never make a Kendrick song.
Yeah.
Me and you can never make a Pop Smoke song. Like, I
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
When I first found Pop Smoke, like I was such a big fan. I was trying to like rap on his beats, and I was just like, with what I talk about, this doesn't feel right, you know?
Yeah.
So I could never I can never be that. I can never you can't be something you're not, you know? So if you pursue it like that, I think you're always gonna be in doubt
Yeah.
because you're doubting who you really are, you
Well,
know?
dude, also, well, actually, this just came to me. Like, it just hit me. I think it also comes from, and I'm just gonna be like completely honest and kind of vulnerable right here, but like not vulnerable, but honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I think it comes from judging. I think it comes from judging other people's work and being like, that's a whack photo. I hope people don't see my work like how I'm looking at this work,
Mm,
you know? Like, I
mm,
think that could be a thing.
mm.
And although I would never like trash somebody's like I think art is all about perspective. It's, like there's no one person that can say that's dope and then it's official, it's dope. So that person could think it's dope, but that person could think it's whack. And it's all perspective. But like I put it in my head where I'm like, man, I hope people don't look at my photos like I look at that dude's
Mm.
photos, you know?
But
And
that's
that's just
comparison though. That's like
yeah,
what I was talking about.
yeah, it
So
does
like
boil down
when I
to comparing.
like if you take a photo, like if you pretend other photographers don't exist, you're gonna think your shit's dope because you have nothing to compare it to. Like same with music. Like if I make a song and do not think of anybody, if I don't think about who's gonna listen to it, whatever, just make music because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It usually comes out dope. But if I listen to, like I said, like a Pop Smoke or like whoever, and try to like get inspired by that and try to make a song like that, never turns out dope. Like it
Yeah.
never turns out like how I want it.
Do you think even like deeper than it being comparison though is that you're perceiving yourself as somebody and you want others to perceive yourself as you see yourself? Cuz I think that's a lot where mine comes from.
I
Is
got
like
rid of that though.
I might perceive myself as somebody and I want other people to perceive me as that. But in reality that's impossible. Like nobody's going to ever perceive you the same way. Like no two people are going to perceive you in the same way.
My biggest insecurities comes from that mentality
Yeah,
because I
mine
always view
too.
myself as like a leader, and so anytime I got disrespected, I would want to smack somebody,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and that's not how you should go about life, you know.
yeah,
Like if someone jokes around and calls you a bitch, you shouldn't just go punch him in the face, you know.
yeah.
Like it's kind of having it's mine kind of stems from wanting to be like a mob boss,
Mm,
especially
yeah,
growing up.
yeah,
And especially like growing up around when we moved here, I started skating with you guys, like younger people. So me being the oldest one, I was like, I'm the
yeah.
oldest, I'm leading the pack. Yeah, I had that mentality. So when you got a little shithead giving me trouble because I'm think that I'm that,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I don't know how to react because I don't want to just be a dick, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I did not fuck with that. You know. But if I let go of my ego, I could have had fun. More fun.
Yeah,
Like if someone fucked with me, I'd
fuck
fuck
with
with
them
them right
back.
back.
Yeah,
But since I didn't have that mentality, I took it as disrespect and I was just like, fuck you. Even though
yeah,
he was just trying to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I don't know, man. From doing this podcast and just kind of being goofy on here and just being very transparent and not trying to be smarter than I am and not trying to articulate my words better than I actually do.
mm,
um, it really is freeing me, like freeing me from comparing myself to others and like just really accepting myself.
Yeah.
This podcast is doing that for me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I question, like, I was asking my girl, I'm like, do you think it's a good idea to do this podcast if I'm trying to do music too? Because I'm being so transparent here. I feel like it's not leaving any room for um me to tell my story through my music,
Mm.
you know? Because I was wondering, like, why rappers don't do podcasts, and the only ones that do podcasts are the ones that are done rapping, like Joe Budden
Yeah.
and Gilly the Kid
Yeah.
and people like that. There's no like, Chief Keef's not doing a podcast right now, or
Well, dude, I think about that shit too, man. I'm like, I think about that too. I'm like, how come how come there's not a rapper out there that's also does photos? Or why is there not a clothing designer that does photos? Like, how
Mhm.
come these people aren't how come I'm not seeing these people, you know? So
You
I
know
don't know.
why?
I wonder that shit too.
Because we're gonna be the first ones.
Yeah, man. I
You gotta
think
create
so.
your own path, man, and, like, you can't think, like, why is like, just because they're not doing it doesn't mean that's not your path. Because
Yeah.
that could be what your path is,
Yeah.
you might be, like, a rapper slash photographer slash podcaster, and that's gonna be your lane, and that's gonna be how you come up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have other things about you that are interesting as
Yeah,
well.
dude, because I know I would love to see that, man. Like if somebody like I know we talk about him a lot, but like Yellow Wolf, dude, like I mean, he kind of does it, but like he takes photos like with his phone or whatever. Like he has I think that's why I fuck with Yellow Wolf so much is because he has this like raw like creativity to him too.
Yeah.
You know, like the way he dyes his shirts and all that shit.
Yeah,
Like
that was so sick.
yeah,
Like, dyeing it in tea and shit.
yeah,
I
dude.
never even would have thought of that.
Yeah, just
And
like
then
shit
cutting
like
up the
that.
shirts, like, he's doing it
Or
himself.
shooting the shirts, like putting
Yeah,
holes in it,
yeah.
yeah. Like, shit like that is why I fuck with him so much, and, but if he took like, if he bought a nice camera and, like, took dope photos too, like, of just shit like
You would be a
pigeons,
fan of his
if he saw
photography
pigeons in the
too.
street and he took photos of it, like, that would be dope as fuck, like, I would love to see that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see artists express themselves in other ways, you
Well, like
know?
Kasky, like, he writes poetry
Yeah, yeah,
books, he
yeah.
paints.
Yeah.
Like, being a true artist, that's what's dope.
Yeah, see? So I guess there is an example, like, Kasky does that, but just different, not photos, but painting.
Yeah, even this podcast is kind of an art form, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're getting better at it, but it's like the flow of the conversation, there's an art to it.
Where do you think juggling you like who you're supposed to be comes from? Because do you think it comes from that? Because some people are like, because I noticed even with Kasky, like he started up 3 different Instagrams for his pages, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like he probably deals with that same thing too. And like I deal with it and like, who am I? Am I a photographer? Am I a rapper? Am I a clothing designer? What am I? You know, like it's almost like, yeah, why can't you just be all 3? And that's how I kind of live. And that's why I've always kind of like not wanted to ever put a label on myself and just consider it all, throw it all under one category as an artist, you know? But there are times where I'm like, I struggle with that. Like I'm struggling
Oh,
with
me
like,
too.
who am I? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose?
Yeah, me too.
You know?
But, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. I think me and you are very curious. Like
Yeah.
like, we're big into working out too, like, that's a part of
Yeah.
who we are,
Yeah. Yeah.
and, we're just curious, like, I can't stick to one thing, like, all power to those people that can just stick and master one thing,
Yeah.
but I'm just so curious on, like, I don't know, like, music's cool, but so is this podcast,
Yeah.
and so is working out, like, why can't you be passionate about multiple things? Like, Joe Rogan's an example too,
Oh
like,
yeah.
a
Big time.
podcaster, comedian,
Yeah.
you know?
Multi-laned.
Yeah, and I think that's kinda why, like, people fuck with Joe Rogan is because he's big into MMA, so that's a part of his brand, you know, and, uh, the podcast and comedy, it just all ties in.
Yeah, I just had a dude reach out to me on Instagram and he was like asking me well, first off he was like telling me that like I'm doing what he wants to do, you know, like I'm doing the things he wants to do. Like he wants to start a clothing company and a podcast. And he was like kind of asking me like how do I balance both of them? And I was like, dude, to be honest, like there's a lot more going on than just a podcast and clothing, you know. But what I told him was, I was like, and I'm not really like a good example. Like I'm not like, you know, I'm not Joe Rogan, you know, I'm not somebody that's very successful at doing all this stuff. But I told him, I was like, I just let my heart guide me. Like
Mhm.
honestly, as corny as it sounds, like I let my heart guide me, and whatever I'm feeling, I go by feeling. Like if I'm feeling like I want to take photos that day, then I'm gonna make time and take photos that day.
Mhm.
Like I'm not like super scheduled out like where every Monday, except for with the podcast we are, which helps big time
Mhm.
is scheduling time to do the things you want to do. But like I might plan it a day in advance as well. Like, okay, I got this in my head. Like I really want to take photos today. So let's take photos, or tomorrow let's plan a day, get somebody over here so we can take photos of them, blah blah blah, you know. But I definitely move by my heart. Like I let my heart guide me. Like if my heart wasn't in this podcast, I wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Because then
Same.
it would just be forced, and you know.
And
But
wouldn't
like
turn out good.
yeah,
You wouldn't enjoy it.
but it's like what I love doing. And honestly, it also, as corny as this sounds, like what Drake says, like once I'm done having fun with it, I'll be done with it,
Yeah.
or whatever that bar is. And that's how I live. Like if this was not fun anymore, we would not be doing it, you know?
Yeah. It's passion.
Yeah, passion.
Passion.
Yeah, and being like moved by your heart and not your mind. Like you can balance, like there's 24 hours in a day. You can find time to do a podcast, clothing, photography, you know, and there's 365 days a year. Like there's definitely time out there, but I
You
think the
got you gotta
key is to just is to is to move by passion and purpose.
yeah. And the thing is you can't overthink. You just gotta start doing,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
and
trial by fire.
yeah. Whether it be music, whether it be podcast, whatever. It
And
doesn't e
that's the thing is, yeah, you'll learn to find balance. You'll learn what works. Like if you just start and you jump into it, you'll learn what works and what doesn't work. Like
Mhm.
you'll be like, okay, obviously I can't do this on Tuesdays. I got these going on Tuesday, so we'll try Wednesdays, and or we'll try between 6 and 8. Or I got band practice at 6 and 8
Mhm.
or whatever. You know, like you'll find what works with your schedule if you just start.
Mhm. Mhm. And, on I know we're about to be done with this podcast, but, um, you have to, like, get through the hurdle of the beginning, because the
Mm,
beginning is always the roughest thing, 'cause no one knows what the fuck they're
yeah,
doing. No matter what you're starting off doing, you're gonna be shit. Like, no one
yeah,
unless you're, like, one of the greats, that just
yeah.
are
Prodigy,
prodigies,
one of the outliers.
Yeah. More than likely, you're not. So
Yeah,
you gotta put in work and
yeah.
time and effort.
What do they say? They always say, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't
Doesn't
work
work.
hard.
Yeah.
It's true.
And that's me, man. I feel like I don't think I'm talented at anything.
Dude, it took us 16 episodes or probably like 15 episodes before we could even make it through an episode without any fuck ups.
Mhm.
That was just make it through an episode,
Mhm.
let alone getting views and like all that shit up,
Mhm.
you know?
But it feels good to get past that,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Like now this is like, now we know the process. Now we know if this stops recording right now, we know how to fix it because we've been through it,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm. And I'm sure there's gonna be something
Oh
else,
yeah. Yeah.
and honestly, I can't wait for that, because it's
Yeah.
just gonna be a learning experience.
Yeah. And that's how you get better, and that's how you get more experienced and like knowledgeable in that field is like
Mhm.
through fuck ups and through errors.
Do you think, like, um what's a good photographer, like a famous photographer? Like, Atiba.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
imagine that he still feels
Oh yeah,
new
dude.
to this,
Oh
or
yeah.
nervous, or, like, doubts himself, just
Yeah.
like Kendrick. Actually, I think Kendrick said this. He's like, "When you record with anybody, no one's as good as you think they are.
Yeah.
Like, you put people on pedestals. No one's as good as you think they are.
Yeah.
And once you get rid of that mentality, it really frees yourself and allows you to be your greatness, you know?"
Yeah. 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 Everybody's human, man. Like we put these people on pedestals, but they're human beings at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like they definitely have insecurities. You know,
Mhm.
they definitely put out a verse and they think, dude, actually, you know what? This is actually a prime example. Who was it? I think it was like I want to say like Nicki Minaj and Kanye West. Like Kanye almost took Nicki's verse off because she went so hard. You know, it was like something like that in the song Monster. Remember that
Mm,
song?
mhm,
I
mhm.
remember this being like a thing, and he like was about to take it off out of his own insecurity because she went too hard and made him look bad and like all that shit, you know? So like even at that level, they still doubt themselves and they
Oh,
still
yeah.
are like, I don't know if I want to put this out or
Yeah.
etc. You know?
Yeah, like, what's that J. Cole line? Like, just 'cause just 'cause you think it might be corny or too vulnerable, it's gonna impact somebody.
Yeah.
Like, that song is gonna be meant for somebody. You
Yeah.
gotta get out of your own way to let yourself, like, shine, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause I am that way, man. I overthink, like, you know me, I got so many damn songs that probably will never get heard. It's 'cause, like, I just overthink it, and
Yeah.
it's all about comparison, man, and I think we all go through that. We
Yeah.
all go through that, and I'm slowly, like, giving less of a fuck because, like I said, man, I know there's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna fuck with my song, even if
Mhm.
it's just 2 people, 1
Yeah.
person. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I care about if I fuck with it, but you almost gotta get out of your own way because there's songs that I don't fuck with that somebody is gonna impact their life,
Yeah.
and same with your photos, like, you might think this photo's shit, but that photo might inspire this kid to wanna pick up a camera,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's the main thing is like you got to get out of your own way. But sometimes it's hard, man. And that's another thing I wanted to ask you about is like being our own worst critic. Like, because there's nobody that could be as hard as me, like on myself as I can. You
Mhm.
know, like I'm the hardest on myself, and I don't know, man. Like I guess that's just part of being a creative, and it's like because you want it could be because you want people to appreciate something that you appreciate so much, like your child. Like you want your kid to be liked, you know? You
Mhm.
don't want your kid to be like a nerd, like a loser and
Mhm.
hated by everybody. So when you put like your art out in the world, it's almost like very like you feel vulnerable about it because it's no longer in your possession. Like you can look at it all day and admire it, but as soon as you put it out there, now it has a chance of being bullied and
Mhm.
as like as a reference. But
It's not yours
yeah,
anymore,
it's
it's
not
the
yours anymore.
world's.
Yeah. So I guess that's why, like, being a creative, you're so hard on yourself because it's like something that you appreciate yourself and you want it to be valued.
You
You
want it to
want it
be
to be
appreciated just like how
appreciated.
you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's not going to say, like, take a quick photo, don't edit it at all, and then put it out. Like,
Yeah.
you still gotta be passionate about it, still put time into it. Like, I will never record a freestyle and put it out
Yeah.
just for the sake of putting it out.
Well, dude, I think that's what separates, like, I don't want to say the greats, but that's what
I
separates
think it
people.
does
Well, the
separate the
greats, but
greats.
also even if you're good, like that's what separates people that are good from people that are just not don't have it,
Mhm.
or like maybe some people might think they're dope, but like yeah, it separates people that have it that versus people that don't have it. Because I could easily take, like again referencing photos, I could take a photo and just put it out without even touching it, without editing it or anything, and sure, somebody might like that photo, but like if I didn't put the time and effort into it, because like I said, in Chicago, I took over 600 photos. I'll probably only put out 30 of them,
Mhm.
20 of them, 10 of them, like I could easily edit all 600 of those photos and make them look dope in some way, but I'm gonna take the time and edit the ones I truly feel are dope.
Mhm.
Like I literally go through every photo, and if it's not like if I don't feel it when I look at it, I don't edit it, I don't touch it, it just goes in the vault.
I think it's kinda like you're in the gym and you're shooting free throws, you're shooting three-pointers, like, you gotta you get like, each song, each photo is a shot,
Yeah.
you gotta get good, so
Yeah.
you gotta do the 600 to find maybe
Yeah.
10 that you like.
Yeah.
I gotta make 600 songs to
Yeah.
find 10
Songs.
that I like,
Yeah.
so like, I don't wanna put these out because I feel like this is me in the gym.
Yeah.
This is me in the gym, and I don't think I'm ready to put music out, like, to be honest, and
Yeah.
and that I don't think that's self-doubt, I just think that's me being, real with myself.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm a good rapper. I do. And I think you have to have that in order to even start,
Yeah.
you know, or to pursue it or to keep at it. Same with photography. Like you got to think you're dope to even want to pick up a camera and keep going, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what quality is. So like you know if you're there or not. And like for me, again, I'm in the gym until till I can shoot with LeBron, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe not LeBron, but maybe like uh I don't know, like maybe
Stephen Curry.
yeah, yeah, just you know, just to compete.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I want to be able to compete. Like I don't want to be playing in the minor leagues. I want to play in the big leagues.
Yeah.
And until I feel like I'm ready to play in the big leagues, quality wise, like I probably won't be putting music out because I know that I can get there. I just got to put the work in and learn, and just be at it like pretty much every day until I get there.
Well, dude, so life is about like pros and cons, right? Like balance. Life's about balance. And this just kind of hit me like just now is that like if you want to be great at something, you have to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just be this like cuz like for example, photos. If I just wanted to like I said, just have fun with it and not doubt myself and not like I don't know, man. You kind of suck at photos. Like, look at that. That's trash. Like, talk that way to myself. Then I could easily, like I said, just take a photo, put it out. Take a photo, put it out. Take a photo, put it out. But that's not going to be what makes me a good photographer or a great photographer. Like, that'll never lead to being a great photographer. Dude, I had an old Instagram where I used to do that, where I literally would like, I mean, I would like see something, like I would see like a piece of foam that looked like a gun or something, take a photo of it. But it was all trash. So I started a new account. But like that mentality of like wanting it to be easy and just like wanting to do it to do it and not have to stress like, oh, I wanted something easy, like photography. Oh, I want to do something easy, so I'm just going to take photos and put it out. Well, you may be like naturally talented, like that outlier that we were talking about, but more than likely you're going to have to go through that suffering of
Mm-hmm.
like hating, like, oh, thinking you're trash and thinking you're whack and then wanting to do better. And like, because honestly, those thoughts are what make me want to look up how to be a better photographer.
Me too.
And
Me
that's
too.
what makes me a better photographer.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what makes me take better photos is because I learn more because I'm tired. I don't want to feel like I'm trash,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So if I wanted to like I said, if I wanted it to be easy and didn't want to hate my like creative process or whatever, then yeah, I could just be a trash photographer and like be that forever and never grow. But I think being a creative and being somebody that wants to perfect their craft, you have to suffer. Like you have to have that inner monologue that's like saying, you know, like exterior, you could say you're the dopest and all that, but like inside, you can look at something you've done and be like, nah, that's whack.
Yeah.
And that's good to be like that.
Yeah.
Like it's good. Like that suffering is going to lead to being better at that craft.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Like I know you felt this like when we were back into music. It's like when you write a song that's fucking good and that you feel it, it's the highest high. But when you record something
Yeah.
and you play it back and it's trash
Oh,
and you just cannot get it right, it's the
Yeah.
lowest of the lows.
Or dude, if you can't even think of something to write, those were
Yeah,
the worst days.
especially when you're in the studio with somebody else.
Yeah,
Like,
those
you're
were
trying
the
to-
worst. Like yeah, and that a lot
I go
of
through that
times-
still.
Yeah, a lot of times that's when those thoughts kick in of like, man, you can't rap, dude. What are you
Yeah.
doing? You just need to pick up something else, bro. Like you can't even write a bar. Write a
Yeah.
bar. Go ahead, try. And then you can't, like that
Yeah.
pressure, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the shit that makes you honestly, that's the shit that makes you better. To me,
So
I think.
so going back to the comparison thing, I feel like you got to compare yourself to know what greatness is,
Hmm.
but you also got to like you can't compare to where like you'll never make a song like him though. You can't compare like I need to make a song like this, you know, like you got to compare in a way where like you got to recognize what greatness is in order for you to get there. Like Kobe was looking at Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like he was comparing himself to Michael Jordan, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And without Michael Jordan, he might not have had that push
Yeah.
You know, because he recognized greatness, and he's like,
Yeah.
all right, I want that,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do it my way. You know,
Yeah.
same with LeBron, same with everybody. Like
Yeah.
LeBron's a whole different player. You know, like he's like a full teamsman. You know, where Michael Jordan and Kobe were kind of like, give me the ball, I'm gonna make it in type
Yeah.
people. You know, where,
Yeah.
where LeBron would actually pass it. You know,
Yeah.
but they're both great. You know, they
Yeah.
just did it in their own ways. Like Drake, he's great. Kendrick's great, but they're doing it in their own ways. But they can appreciate the greatness in between them. You know,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's complicated, man, because like in a sense, like it's okay to compare yourself then because it's like I read this book one time called Steal Like an Artist, you
Hmm.
know? And how I interpret that book is like you're supposed to see somebody doing something you want to do and like almost not try to emulate them, but like steal it from them. You know what I mean? Like steal like okay, I like how that dude does this with his photos,
Hmm.
but I don't like how he does this. So I'm gonna leave that part out,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna take this part. And then I
Hmm.
like how this dude does this, but I don't like how he does that. So I like this part. I'm gonna take this and then like
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
how
a
you create
melting pot.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take from different people, but
But listening to a song and trying to make that exact
yeah,
song
yeah.
when you live a totally different life, that's where it gets
But it's almost
hazy.
necessary too because like whenever I did do that when I was recording music, I knew in my heart that wasn't me. So I
Hmm.
knew I shouldn't be doing that. So
Hmm.
it's like you got to do it. You got to get burned by the oven
To
to
realize,
know not to touch the oven
yep.
anymore.
No, you're
Like
right.
you got to do that stuff to realize that's not what you want to be doing.
And whoever starts rapping, they're gonna start trying to emulate somebody.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like ASAP Rocky and like 3 6 Mafia type thing. Like I wanted that sound, that darkness
Yeah.
vibe to it, you know.
Yeah.
But I realized really quick that's not me,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, there's definitely a fine line between being inspired and biting styles,
Hmm.
and it's important not to cross that line of biting styles, but it's okay to be inspired as long as you make it yours and you make it unique
Hmm.
and you make it yours. Because I've heard so many different artists that sound exactly like other artists, and I just can't respect them in the way that I respected that other artist.
Hmm.
Like I can think of a 3, 4 different people off the top of my head right now that are doing that, and you just can't respect them as much as you respected that first artist
Hmm.
that you think that they may have that they sound like.
With music, especially though, it's becoming more apparent who's an artist and who's just doing it for the fame, the money, the whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Because like with Mac Miller, rest in peace, like listening to his albums and then Kendrick's, like really top dog entertainment, their whole catalog, everybody, Reason, Sir, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, like everybody on their team, they they have their they all have very unique
Yeah.
styles and they
Yeah.
put out quality substance music,
Yeah.
you know? Like that's what I want. I don't want to sound like Little Baby. I don't want to sound like Mac Miller. I don't want to sound like anybody like that. But I just like how like they're them. Like
Mhm.
they're them and how they put albums together it like tells a story. Like they have a purpose for their album. They're not just trying to make bangers and trying to make climb the charts. You know, you got to question what you're doing it for too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like it might be different for photography cuz like people don't chase fame with photography really. I don't know, is there people like that, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Well, like paparazzi, dude.
Oh, yeah,
Think
yeah.
about
Yeah,
paparazzi.
yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
That's
they're
literally
in
what
it
they
for the
do.
clout. Yeah, yeah.
Like you can tell a grimy, like you could tell a paparazzi who's like I almost, dude. I seen this dude at Schiller's the other day, and I was like, I swear that dude's got to be a paparazzi. Like
Yeah.
just the way he carried himself, like he had like a New York license plate, like he just like a beat up van, but he was buying like a nice camera. Like I don't know, there's something about this dude that seemed like he was like
Mhm.
very paparazzi like. But yeah, there's definitely people out there that are like that. And there's people out there not even that want to be like, man, there's some people that see some of these St. Louis photographers like doing street shit that they do and they want to emulate that. Like there's people that explore these abandoned buildings out here and you could tell the people that are like just
Trying to ride
inspired.
someone's wave.
Yeah, trying to like they want to do that same shit, you know? Like I don't know, you could definitely tell there's people that are like clout chasing with photography for sure.
But then again, though, like, how do you know if that's not your lane until you try
Yeah.
it, though?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
like, who knows? Like, maybe me and you were supposed to be in a rock band or something, you know, and
Yeah.
we just never tried it, so we'll never know,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, dude. That was a fucking good episode.
Episode 17,
In the
babe.
books. Yeah. Went from Chicago to some real
To
shit.
credit cards, to-
That was all over the place, but that was a good episode. Fuck yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cool.
Here and now with
Episode-
Brandon and Joe,
episode
episode 17.
17.
Yes, sir.
Follow us on IG. Like, subscribe, all that.
All that.
Yeah.
You.
What up?
What made you want to go to Chicago?
To give you your Pop Smoke shirt, bro. I've been looking all over for
Where
you.
you at? I've been waiting, bro.
We're getting food at this place, Roca. No,
Come out here.
we're really out here. Because I'm off on Monday, so we're like, fuck it, let's plan a little trip. Like, me and Gabby go somewhere, and we were gonna go to Kentucky, Tennessee, or Chicago, and we're like, fuck it, let's just go to Chicago. But we didn't want to tell you guys just because, first off, we were gonna fuck with you guys, like just start posting Chicago photos, and then you guys would be like, what the fuck? But then also we're just like, well, they're going out there for their, to spend time together, and me and Gabby are just gonna make a trip out of it ourselves.
Dude. Well, I seen that McDonald's, and we just ate at that McDonald's.
Wait, which one? The drive with the walk?